Alright. In the bottom right. Very excited. Okay. I need a name. Somebody give me a name. The Terran is HeroMarine from Germany. But I need a name for our barcode protoss friend. Of course. We're on Ascension to... wait. Ascension to Ire? Is that... yeah, that's the name. Zest. Literally Zest. I don't know if it's literally Zest. He doesn't say. It's not actually Zest. Oh, I'm gonna go with that. We'll take one of those vegetables. In the bottom right, we have HeroMarine. And in the top left, in the blue, we have Carrot. It's Carrot. Unless it's literally... it's not literally Zest. God damn it. Anyways. Well, from even if it is Zest, it's now Carrot. This is Carrot here. Okay. HeroMarine opting for the singular gas, which means he's going to be going for an expansion. What I'm going to try to do with these games is talk about why they're making decisions, and we're going to talk a little bit lower level. Like if you're bronze, you're silver, you're gold, I'm going to try to speak to you. Why is my face so big? Anyways, I was born this way. I'm going to try to speak to you about it. Is more what we're looking for here. Alright, so going for that one gas and going for this Marine first, especially on a map like this, we see that Carrot is already going to be laid out. You can't really jump up with a Reaper. If there's no alternative angle where you could potentially get information with the Reaper, going for the Marine expand into a quicker factory is a pretty safe way to go about it. The factory going to be used, well, it could be for a Widow Mine drop. It could be for an initial Cyclone. A Cyclone probably your safest early defense. A lot of players have been putting their factory out on the map to keep Protoss players honest lately, especially against Stargate openers. We'll have to see. He has the gas banked up. Is Carrot going to go straight for it? Oh, there we go. The Stargate is the flavor of the last few months. It allows you a lot of early control. There's just things you can and you cannot do against a Stargate. You can't not have turrets. You have to set up basic defenses. You're probably going to be scouted with Revelation a lot of the time. The Stargate removes a lot of options from Terran. Like, you can't go really heavy into drops necessarily if they focus on Phoenixes. Of course, it's also a very micro-heavy style. To use the Stargate, and the reason I like the Robo, the Stargate requires you to be on top of your Oracles or your Phoenixes or what have you pretty much the entire time. If you go for a Robo, it's a lot safer, but you have a lot less opportunity to damage your enemy. So the Stargate is high risk and high reward in a lot of senses. If you lose the first Oracle to a Widow Mine, if you get completely shut down, if your third base gets denied, well, you get pretty far behind. But the Oracle has a lot of stopping power in its own. You can kill a lot of SCVs. The Revelation is one of the most useful spells in the game. You can even throw in some stasis wards if you want, though you don't see it that often in this matchup. We'll have to see. Does he go for the 2 Oracles right off the bat? Thank you, Disnov. 5 months in a row. Welcome back. Interestingly, Carrot is going for 2 additional gates. He's going for 2 more gates before getting a 3rd. We've seen very greedy players like Stats. They just get a 3rd base right off the bat. I'm not sure what he's seen that prompted him to do this, but he wants to make sure he has enough units out, and he could potentially pressure with 2 Oracles and half a dozen Adepts. Are the Adepts going to move out? No, the Adepts... Wait, where are the Adepts? They're in the main. This is mostly Widow Mine drop defense or basic drop defense, just making sure you have that option. A Viking will probably... yeah, we see a Revelation there. He gets a tag, gets the full spread of the buildings. He sees that HeroMarine, he does have additional barracks on the way, and no 3rd command center. These are the key points. No 3rd command center means that Carrot is going to be needing additional defenses early on. He's going to need... well, he's getting the Twilight Council and the Forge. He needs to be very wary of the timing with the medevacs. He knows there's not going to be an attack for a while. He has some time to be able to get more units out, but he needs to be pumping them out with every warp in. He needs to make sure he has a good pylon setup at the third, so that way, when a lot of Marine, Marauders, and medevacs with their upgrades come across the map, he can hold on to this third base, because the third base really kind of decides the game. Ooh, no turrets here. There is a Widow Mine hidden underneath. It looks like Carrot not taking the bait. No turrets up. So, HeroMarine really just relying on his units to defend. He'll probably put turrets up right as he's about to move out, so we can't get backstabbed and those Oracles take out half a dozen SCVs or more. But we do have those first two medevacs. Blink, interestingly, on the way. Blink is the choice here out of Carrot with +1. A lot of the times we'll see Glaive Adepts, but he's not going for Phoenixes, which means he has more gas to work with. So he's opting for the Blink and getting a Void Ray. This is a very... I don't think I've ever seen this particular style. The Void Ray is still going to be there for basic drop defense. But getting Blink means, once again, you have to be really on top of your units. But Blink has a lot more utility than Glaive Adepts. At some point, the Glaive Adepts drop off against Bio. When you have 1-1, you have combat shields, you have half a dozen medevacs, Glaive Adepts aren't so great. But having those Blink Stalkers can almost always find a use, as long as you eventually tech up into splash damage. Are we going to see Templar Archives? Are we going to see a Robo Bay? It has yet to be decided, but he does need to get that relatively soon, in the next minute or two, but he first, of course, needs to defend his third. Alright, HeroMarine is moving out, 105 to 103 supply. This army is completely tagged up. There are Widow Mines. Oh, I love that. He put the Widow Mines, he put them in the medevacs before he moved out, because he knew he would probably get tagged. This means there's no detection. What a smart move there out of HeroMarine, making sure those Widow Mines cannot be seen, and he's allowed to push in, at least somewhat. Are there going to be any more tags on the other side? The first Observer is on the way. Blink is not quite done yet. The overcharges are starting to be exhausted. He still has half that energy. Blink is nearly done, and the force fields are on point. Blanks out of one of the Widow Mine hits, doesn't get both. Two more overcharges will drain the rest of the energy, but are there enough forces to defend? The Widow Mine almost connecting on that Oracle, but it will be taken out at the last second. Some more on the left side. He blinks the entire army back. The overcharges are going to be gone. All right, they are. Fighting forward. Is there a Guardian Shield with this army? Does he even need it? He's decided the force fields will reduce the firepower enough, but some Widow Mines connecting from the side. A Revelation at the back, going to help out a little bit, but he still doesn't have it on these Widow Mines, but he does have an Observer now. Blink over to the side, trying to flank it, but big hits directly on the Mothership Core. The Adept's going down. The Guardian Shield going to protect a lot of these Stalkers. It's a fine line between too much and not enough when it comes to playing Terran in these situations. He doesn't have any more Marines. He doesn't have that much DPS on the deck. Of course, Marauders can go right into these Stalkers, but the Oracle helping out now that there's not very much anti-air. Continuing to push back. 94 to 106 supply. The Terran train continues to roll across the map. Blanks out of another hit, but there's still a couple Widow Mines here, and the Liberators are continuing the siege. Wow. The Liberation Zones are starting to choke off a lot of these Warpins. The Pylons are almost all down as well. He has a lot of gates. He's trying to find an angle, but the Blink Stalker count has been shaved down to half a dozen, actually only 5. The Void Ray can help, but it can't help that much. Even if there are a couple Marines here, he can't really fight. But he will drive back the Void Rays. Unfortunately, flies into a Widow Mine. Not what you want to be doing in this particular scenario. Oh, the blink in on the left side. Oh, well, actually, that's the right side. Don't judge me. HeroMarine has taken a third. Remember, he's starting to dry up on the minerals in the main. They're going to start mining out very soon, and at the net as well. He's getting his third base right on time. There's no splash damage, though. If HeroMarine is allowed to continue, there's no counterattacks. The Oracles haven't killed any SCVs. There's been no Adept Shade Buys or counterattacks either. There's no Robo Bay. There's no Templar Archives. All there is are upgraded Gateway units. And a Void Ray. And an Immortal. Alright, he's got a little bit. But he definitely doesn't have what he needs to break through. A Terran player who has Liberators, Bio, 3 Medevacs, Widow Mines. These are not the tools you need. Is he going to try to brute force it? Is he going to try to knock down the front door? That seems to be the choice here, is there's no splash damage. There's no +2. There are glaives and +1 armor. The longer the game goes, the better this is for Terran. Another tag, gonna tag up all of the Widow Mines as well. Can he fight this? This seems ill-fated. Of course, if you catch the army off guard, the Liberators aren't sieged, the Widow Mines aren't burrowed, then it can just get slapped across the face and knocked off the map. But is that gonna be enough? That's a lot of Blink Stalkers. There's some Guardian Shields in the back. Quad Liberator. Gonna make him decide. This is a very grave decision. Oh, he unsieges the libs. He's actually going to stem forward. Stutter stepping. The Liberator sieging up on top of everything. He's going to stand, and he's going to fight. The Medivacs are almost out of energy. Most of the libs go down. The Void Ray is charged, but the Bile will arc out and close in. The Guardian Shield coming up. Another Warping of Adepts. The Desperation move. It's 124 to 140 supply and counting. Both these players, of course, very quick. I'm bringing more units to the field. But 83 to 61. 2-2 is in the mail right now for HeroMarine. He's got 3 more barracks as well. 67 to 64 workers. Did another... Oh, a Widow Mine connected with an Oracle. Why was there even a Widow Mine there? Oh, I think it was this one. All right. Finally, some Adepts on the side. Another Robo and a Robo Bay on the way for Carrot. But it seems like it might be too little too late. They do have +1, and they do have Glaive, so these Adepts are going to do some damage. He's going to force some of his units back. He definitely doesn't want to bring all of them back. This is a mistake. You don't want to be... He knows where your units are. You don't want to bring them all back. The Liberators and the Widow Mines are making this dicey. He will get a couple Widow Mines for the cost. 6 workers were killed. Nothing really that important. HeroMarine already setting up a depot to make sure that doesn't happen again. A Marine just casually scouting by, trying to get a beat. Is he actually going to see the Robo Bay? Is he looking at it? I don't think he's looking at... Oh, yeah, he sees it. He sees it warping in. HeroMarine has all the information now. So Carrot has put on enough pressure. He's kept the threat so close to HeroMarine's base that he's just sat back, got his upgrades, got his ship weapons, got his Ghost Academy. No fusion core, right? No fusion core for advanced ballistics or definitely not battle cruisers. You can't really fight this. This army needs to be in the most ideal scenario. If you don't... Oh, he's going for Disruptors with the Robo Bay. I like that choice. There's no way he's going to get Colossi and Thermal Lance out in time. He needs something here, and he needs something now. Of course, ooh, now his army's split. The Stalkers are on the high ground, but all the support is on the low. These Stalkers will evaporate when faced with this Bile Ball. He absolutely cannot fight. He has to retreat. Now it's 3 bases to 4. How much damage was done? He killed a few more workers, not nearly enough to have an impact. All right, the Disruptors continue. 3 more Liberators in the sky. The first Disruptor shot will go out. Very nice split. Only gets 2 or 3 Marines. The force fields will delay what seems to be almost inevitable now. A big drop. Oh, the scan to see if there are any observers. There's no revelation. Massive doom drop towards the main. The Protoss army is completely out of position. A mothership core is there. 2 overcharges are a drop in the bucket. This is really bad. This is really bad. The exact correct choice here out of HeroMarine. A Disruptor shot goes out. Connects. Another one. Big shot. Okay, if another one... Okay, those are all big hits. He had to go 3 for... He had to Steph Curry on those Disruptors, but he did. He just knocked out every possible Terran unit he could expect to get. All 3 shots connect. He keeps the Disruptors, clears out the Liberators, gets some of the Medivacs, and that's going to keep Carrot in this game. HeroMarine kind of dropping the ball on that one. Now there are enough Disruptors that you need either Liberator range or just a ridiculous amount. Dozens of Liberators. We're at 5 now. He lost several in the main base. Another shot comes out. A Widow Mine will go down. There's more shots in the back. Will the Liberator siege here? The shot will whiff, but it will zone him away. But this choke point is absolutely not something he wants to be fighting into. Oh no! Another big hit! HeroMarine walking right into it. The Widow Mines are burrowing on the base. He's got a Liberator at the back, but HeroMarine neglecting to pay attention to the front. Another Liberator on the left side. Carrot's going to be able to shut this one down at the very least. But these oh no, not again! He just keeps taking it in the face. It just keeps happening. Another shot, 2 shots go out. These liberation zones, though, are just... He can't fight here. He's getting the shots, but he just can't fight those many liberators. They do have +1 attack. More liberators at the back. He's killed 18 probes so far. The supply is still in favor of Terran, as he has the economy to just continue producing off a ridiculous amount of infrastructure. Another and another one come out with the Widow Mines. He will finally kill most of these liberators. So, the reason HeroMarine, obviously, is capable of splitting against disruptors. He's one of the best at it. But on the other side of the map, he was making sure his Widow Mines were in position. Oh my god. Well, he's not really proving my point with these shots, but he's got liberators in multiple locations. He's got a counterattack on the left, a triple drop. But these disruptors are they're disrupting his plans in every sense of the word. Another shot coming out. Big hit on the SCVs! But still, Carrot is losing so much at the same time. Now knows the command center on the Nexus on the left. The Nexus on the right is locked down by a couple Widow Mines. No matter how good these Disruptor shots are, no matter how many battles he wins, it seems like he's still losing the war. It's now 45 to 41 workers. The Stalkers alone cannot fight this. These are 3-3 Marines and Marauders with medevacs above. Their sustainability is ridiculous. Will he blink on top? It looks like he will. We'll see the medevacs targeted down. Not quite. But the Terran army is swinging over to the right side. And this is going to leave Carrot without a 4th base. He's dried up in his main. His net is but a trickle. The 3rd base even doesn't really have much going for it. It has a little bit less now. The scan, trying to catch maybe any observers. He sees the army as well, trying to come into position. But once again, HeroMarine finds himself with several liberators and an almost impossible to engage positioning. A shot comes out. He will dodge away from this one. He has to fight. More big shots coming out. How many more does he have? He has none. The liberators are being cleaned up. The medevacs not picking anything up. It looks like a lot of HeroMarine's units will be taken out. But at what cost? Another liberator. He's down to 30 probes. That means the army supply is almost even. He still has a couple disruptors. Dream Ruptors even. 13 kills on one, 0 on the other. That must be a fresh one. He's long distance mining. This is all or nothing now. There's been a lot of this in this game. But Carrot has 1 shot. Well, he's got 2 shots. He's got 2 disruptors. But he's got 1 opportunity. Will he let it slip? Alright. That arc. Like, at this point, how many units can you actually hit with the disruptors is the question. Another shot goes out, catches a couple Marines, but there's a lot of medevacs here. A single Guardian Shield not going to cut it. The Immortal goes down, and Carrot will be forced to tap out. Pretty good game.